welcome back to another episode of the Brochachos. I'm here with the boys again.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
We got a couple of special guests today. We got Mr. Joe and Mr. Joe over here.
Oh yeah. Joe and Joe. Let's
Joe
go.
and Joe, the two Joes.
Oh yeah.
So we're talking
like
a little
a
bit.
reward.
We're gonna get into the spooky season a little bit. So we're gonna start talking about scary stuff.
Scary stuff. It being spooky. Let's fucking clank up, huh?
Oh.
Just
what does that mean?
I don't know.
All right, that's cool.
It means what it means.
That makes no sense.
Sounds like you're scared of drinking.
You should be.
Nah, but it's been I want to say like 2-3 weeks since we shot.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Couple weeks, so-
usually a couple weeks.
So what's new, boys? What's going on with you guys?
Nah, nothing, man. I've just been waiting to come back here and podcast
End of the show.
every day.
Cut it.
God damn
Nothing.
Even-
Nothing.
no,
No
no.
good stories.
No, nothing right now. The top of the dome. No.
Okay. So I mean, obviously I got the grill done. You know.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fixed. You know, in a couple of years.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But,
Hell yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about scary stories, that shit was scary, dude. Because they yanked out 4 of my fucking teeth. But hold on, dude. Like, they were so fucking just like calm and like cavalier about it. Like, they didn't give a fuck. Like, the dude walks in like, "Yo, I'm Joe," and the fucker looked like Egon. He looked like Egon from the Ghostbusters, dude.
Yeah.
Like he had like that fucking like pompadour fucking coming down.
Oh hell yeah. Sexy man.
Dude, he looked cool as shit, dude. Fucking
Yeah.
skinny jeans, fucking tatted, all like looked like a fucking world-traveled rocker guy. You know?
Oh shit!
This is a
So-
And he
dentist?
pulled your teeth out?
Well, hang on. It gets crazy. Like this isn't even the crazy part. It's just like this trying to set the fucking picture.
Okay.
You know, like this guy numbs me up, right? And he pokes my mouth. He's like, "Yo,
And you woke up with no pants on.
there you go."
I knew that was.
No, fucking
No.
pokes my mouth. He's like, "You feel that?" And I was like, I'm not sure. He's like, "It's not a trick question, dude. Like, is it pressure or is it pain?" I was like, I think I feel a little pain. So the fucker just grabs the needle, just jams it in my mouth some more. Ka. Doesn't even wait a minute, dude. Just starts taking out the top ones.
Oh fuck.
And I told him, like, that one I didn't feel that one. That one was like, whatever. It was chill. well, no, like, I jumped the gun a little bit. That was like
What
the
the
second
fuck?
shot. He gave me like a second shot. Like, first shot, he let it settle, right?
Oh, okay.
But then he poked me. He's like, "Yo, you feel it?" But then, like, yeah, I kind of do. So he gave me a second shot, right? And then took out the top ones almost immediately, right? But then I was like, "Oh shit!" I felt the. So then I felt the bottom. And I was like, he was going for the bottom. I was like, "Wait a minute, you haven't checked, bro. We haven't checked." And I couldn't talk because he had the fucking pliers in my mouth already. So I was like, "We're gonna know if I feel it in a minute." Yeah, dude. And fucking just straight up, just like, and I was like, "Fuck!" And dude, I was like, I had like this look of fear on my face, like fucking stupid.
No.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
like, "We got a bleeder."
Dude, it was so fucking crazy. But I mean,
Fucking tears in your eyes, huh?
I did. I tear fell. I fucking tear fell.
Oh fuck, dude.
And,
I don't take no shit from
That
anyone.
is a scary story
Yeah.
to start off with. God damn.
At the gate, bro, like at the end, fucking just, just bleeding from my mouth and just stuffed it full of gauze, and I couldn't talk.
Dude.
But no, like,
Damn,
no
bro.
pain, no pain. Luckily, just the pressure. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe a few minutes later.
Yeah, you feel that
30
shit, bro.
minutes later, an hour later.
It hits you later.
It's fucking stupid.
Once the
man.
meds wear off, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, like you were a nerd, like when you were growing up, like you're a nerd. You're back to being a nerd,
I'm a
man.
Nah, dude. It's just like he didn't give a fuck. He was just like, and then the assistant, I was chatting to her before, and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't finish high school. I dropped out when I was a freshman.
What the
I was a 3-year freshman. I only had 2.5 credits." It's like, who the fuck is working on me, dog? Yeah, she was so ghetto, dude. She was so wild, dude. She was cool. They were nice people, but fuck, dude. Like they just.
There you go. There you have it.
What was this at? Was it on Dyer?
That's some back alley.
Yeah.
So,
Somebody's house?
yeah, it was like some van.
Yeah. It just had teeth on
Yeah.
the van. It just says
It
teeth.
was a drawing.
Yeah.
It was a white van.
It was a drawing of some guy with like, a couple teeth missing. Like, nah, dude, it Dude, I swear to God, like,
The dentist is pretty scary, man. It's,
Yeah.
oof.
it was.
One time I was getting what's it called when they put the stitches?
A root canal? Oh, no.
The wisdom teeth, they took him out.
Yeah, well, they took one of them out, and
Yeah.
he was putting it together, and he didn't realize that he had the knot around my lip.
Oh, shit.
And he was out here, and it was wearing off, and I was telling him, I was like, hey, man, that thing, I can feel it, and
Right.
like, I can feel everything. And when he goes like this, I didn't feel it over here. I felt it right here. And he literally cut my lip, bro, and like cut a chunk from it.
Oh.
I started bleeding all over the side.
God
Wow.
damn.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, man, all that.
Was this in Juarez?
No, this was definitely
I was
here,
like-
man. It was-
I was like, that's on the Juarez shit. And he's like, oh, sorry about that.
Perdón.
No, it was like the family dentist for
Oh, shit.
for a while with me and my grandma, and
Damn.
yeah, that was like high school, and oh man, no. I was like, after that,
Yeah.
I never went again because I was
No.
like, I went to another one.
I did.
You know what's
Like
funny?
you-
I actually go to the one in Juarez, and she gets down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
And that's what they told me to go, but I was like,
That-
fuck it. I don't want to, like, go through the hassle of crossing the bridge and parking somewhere. Nah.
That's actually where I had my teeth pulled out in Juarez. Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
so
done fast.
I
so.
actually like pulling a tooth here is like $1,000
Yeah,
something,
dude,
right?
it's expensive.
Yeah.
Over there, it's like $15 to $25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a tooth.
I mean, luckily it didn't cost me anything. The insurance covered it, but, like, I mean, I think I would have preferred those guys, and they're probably fucking a lot nicer.
Hell
you know?
yeah, bro.
Yeah, no.
Like,
yeah.
it's like you go get your fucking tooth pulled out. While you're getting tooth pulled out, they're washing your car outside. They're cleaning it,
For
and then you walk out like, "Hey, you're good." And like,
Like,
all
a
right,
little box with some tacos and
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. And then you go next door, get a paleta. Like, hey, just get a paleta from
You
the.
can't leave
I
Juarez
heard-
without getting
yeah.
some paletas. You
Yeah,
know, you
man.
gotta
They're like,
go
don't take Advil, don't take Motrin, get the paleta.
Get a paleta and a Coca-Cola and a bottle of Coca-Cola and get the hell out of here.
Michoacana.
Yeah, the Michoacana, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that was a true scary story.
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
Kick it off
This
right
is
there.
no joke.
That's the only one I got.
That's the only one he has, bro.
Yeah, man.
That, yeah.
I got no. I'll come back.
Now we got
I'll
a
chime in
couple.
later when you go.
We
for
got
the
a couple. We got a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like my scary stories aren't scary at all. Like it's it's around that same.
Yeah.
Like it's practical. Like it's
Yeah.
not no ghost shit. But yeah,
Something we all seen, something we all go through.
yeah.
So who's up next?
Well, speaking of scary stories, I mean, you were part of some of them, dude.
Oh, what a fucking
You know-
Hunter?
Oh yeah.
Fuck that house.
So finally get to talk about that.
Oh, yo.
Well, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you guys believe in ghosts and stuff. I mean, I
Okay.
do.
I believe.
I believe.
I
I
believe.
was like 15. I started believing, man. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah.
If there are angels in the outfield, there goes something.
Nah. So the I think the craziest one, obviously, I'm gonna talk about the Hunter house, and you guys have been there, you two. So.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So, well, obviously, it wasn't on Hunter. It was on it
Yuma.
was Yuma Street, but it was
I
over there
remember.
by EPCC.
Yes, sir.
So, me and my cousin used to rent out a house together, and it was just us two. It was like a 3-bedroom house. It was like in our family, in my stepdad's side. So he let us rent it out, and it's an old house, dude. So like those houses in that area are pretty old. So, but man, dude. Some crazy experiences, and I know some of the
yeah.
people
Yeah,
that
hooked up your AC all fucked up.
that.
I don't know if we told that story.
Yeah, you did,
Okay,
dude.
okay. I won't double back. All right,
I
go
know
ahead,
some
go
of the
ahead, go
people
ahead.
that subscribe to this. They know about that house.
Oh,
man,
yeah,
'cause
fuck.
they've all experienced different shit there. So, but you know what's crazy though? Like years later, after we moved out of there, man, I looked up like there's a website like that has old newspapers like El Paso. I forget what it was called. It wasn't El Paso Times, but yeah, there you go, there you go. I looked it up, dude, and apparently I didn't know this at the time when I was living there, but there actually somebody committed suicide in that house, and that explains a lot, especially bro. So yes, apparently a lady hung herself in one of the rooms, and that was the room that all the activity.
The back room. Fuck yeah.
No, not the back room.
No?
It was that third room.
Oh, okay.
The one that wrote.
Not the one that they made into a not the
Okay.
garage room. No, I'm talking about that third room.
So
but,
anyone was staying there?
what's up?
Anyone was staying like that?
In that room, no, dude. It was me and my cousin had the first two rooms, and that one was empty.
Oh, okay.
But the thing was
It was
like
for the ghost.
Yeah,
It was for the ghosts, bro.
Out of
I
respect.
didn't know that at the time, bro.
Out of respect.
Nah, but
We left the noose.
But it was crazy, dude. Is because like me and my cousin had a dog at the time too. So, like I remember in the middle of the night.
R.I.P.
sometimes-
Rover.
Yeah, and
Oh,
in the middle of the night, dude, like he would wake me up because he'd be barking and he'd be in that like not in that room, but like barking at the door or something, and I had to go get him, and I was like, all right, and then he would be so scared to go to that room. I never wanted to go in there. Like I would be cleaning the house sometimes. I'd go in there and like he would follow me everywhere, but he wouldn't go into that room. And I was like, man, all right. I didn't really think anything about it, man, until things started kind of happening, like especially with this guy over here.
And, like it was like
And,
twice.
it
That was
was-
yeah, it was fucking like you. It just yeah. It's because like how I said, I think I attribute like it just felt like hate, bro. Like that shit felt like anger, because like it has nothing to do with like a little bit with the story, but like I just remember like we party all the time. Man. I was just always drinking at the house.
Yeah, we had a lot.
Non-stop.
It was just me and my cousin, so we would throw
Yeah.
parties all the time.
Smoking
man.
on the
Yeah, we
roof.
would smoke on the roof.
Drink, and then just like
drink,
and run to Whataburger, shit like that, bro.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
No, Chico wasn't open anymore on McRae.
Oh yeah.
No.
That one was closed already.
No, so we ate a lot of Taco Bell, but
God,
but
bro.
like it's because to open the fridge, it was so stupid. Like it would open out towards to the left, so you had kind of like
It's because you had like the kitchen, and then like there was like a garage, but they made it into a room.
a ballroom.
So, but it didn't have a door, so the kitchen, the fridge would open into that room, so you would have to step into that room to get something.
Oh yeah, and like that room was always fucking dark, bro. And like I just remember like I was getting a beer, bro, and I swear to God, bro, like I just felt like someone breathing my fucking neck. I was like, well, we always joked around like being behind each other, but I looked back, I was like, fuck, there's no one back there. I was like, fuck. And I had to close it and just like fast stepped out of there. Again, power walked out of that motherfucker, and then like I didn't want to go in that today. He's like, hey, let's go inside. Like, fuck, I think I'll take my chances. I'm gonna go home. Fuck, I'm gonna just drive like that. Fuck it.
We'd be drinking outside, and it'd be like he'd want another beer, bro. He'd be like,
Yeah.
hey, can you get me a beer?
Yeah, I would wait for someone to like they're like, hey, who wants a beer? Like, give me two. Give me.
Can like waiting.
Yeah, dude.
So you never saw ghosts?
I felt it. I felt it. I saw it. I saw it on Thanksgiving though. I saw a shadow.
He saw somebody walk by.
Yeah,
Nobody
so like
was in the house at the time.
no. We were all there. That's the thing. Charlie had invited us for the Steelers. I think there was a football game going on that night.
Yeah.
And it was Charlie's mom and his stepdad, and it was Xavier's dad was there too, and I think your grandparents. And he invited me, and fuck, we were watching the game.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the game, and we're there, and they're like, I see like something pass in the hallway, like
Yeah,
a shadow.
Yeah.
And I started looking, and I'm counting, and I was like, and I told Charlie, I was like, yo, like everyone's here, huh? He's like, and he's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, all right, like because he knew like I'd seen something, but like he just didn't want me like to start saying shit like just to worry people. But yeah, it was like, he's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. He's like, all right then, yeah. Then I saw it then, but yeah.
And then actually the cousin that lived with me too, he caught something on his camera one time because he would Skype with his girlfriend at the time. She lived out of town, and I guess when he was Skyping with her, he caught like what looked like a face behind him. I don't know if he still has that picture, man. I would have to ask him, but that was crazy, bro.
It's just like a smiley face man drawn. That's all it is.
Stick figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but no, it's crazy, dude. I always felt something weird in that house, and like, man, dude, like I was next to that room, and man, like some crazy dreams, man. I don't know, sometimes.
Yeah, it would fuck.
it
Like
messes with
honestly,
you,
it would
you know,
fuck.
like-
Like I never stayed in that house, man. Like out of respect to the ghost. I was like, no, and you know what? And I've stayed with these dudes before, like in their houses before, like,
Yeah.
and I've never stayed in that house straight up. Like I never stayed the
wanted to,
night,
bro.
because it was like fuck, like. Well, can I sleep with you? Like, I don't know, like, leave the lights on? Fuck that.
Oh, Charlie, you mentioned dreams. What kind of dreams do you have? Like white women or
Oh yeah.
scary dreams?
Oh yeah.
Dreams of Karen? What?
Oh, that would be scary, bro. White chicks are crazy, bro. So, but nah, dude. What was I gonna say?
There you go.
And I think the stupidest thing that we did one time though, I remember, yeah.
I wasn't there that time.
That's a lot of nuts.
I wasn't. Thank
These
God.
guys were all stupid because we would always we would get together and smoke and we start doing stupid things and these guys wanted us like.
Here, brother. Take this one.
Take
Oh
the-
yeah, I'll take this.
What's
Yeah.
it called? Little reload
Yeah,
action.
the reload.
Oh yeah.
What's
Reload.
it called?
My favorite beer now for sure.
Reload.
But I was gonna say, we didn't really play with a Ouija board, but we were. This
Like hide
dude-
and seek? No.
Not
no.
hide and seek, bro. We're like one of the dudes that was hanging out with us. He was like, I want to try something. He was on to that scary stuff, and he did the whole thing with a candle, and he's like trying to if there's anybody in this house or whatever, and yeah.
Yo, that's a lot of head, Joe. That's a lot of head, Joe. I was like,
Show the camera.
There
oh
you go.
yeah, just
There
pick
you
it
go.
up.
There it is.
You're on some Gaston beer right there, bro. That's some Beauty and the Beast beer right there, man. My bad. Sorry for interrupting,
Nah,
man.
you're good. No, you're good.
Sorry, no
Nah,
talking.
but anyways, we were all kind of playing into it, and we're like, all right, cool. We had all the lights off, and then everybody was quiet. And I know you weren't there, man, because you would have been outside or something.
Oh, no.
But anyways, it got to that point, all of a sudden, dude, I don't know if this dude was fucking around, dude, but he swears that somebody pushed him, and he literally if he just did it just playing around, he literally threw himself on the table, and all this glass fell on him, and I was like, I don't know if he was I'm like, dude, really? You trying to do that for a joke? And he's like, nah, dude, and he didn't want to go back in the house anymore. I was like,
After that, he was.
after that, yeah, he was like,
Matt, no?
He was like, nah, it's because he was a little high at the moment, but
Oh, yeah.
he was outside.
You gotta be.
I straight up got put.
It was a little high out.
I got straight up pushed, dude. I don't want to go back inside, and he didn't want to.
Until I got high.
No, I
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was iffy on that. So I was like, I don't know, man, because.
I just don't think you throw yourself and hurt yourself like that for shit unless you're on Jackass.
You know, nothing like that ever happened to me, dude. So, because I didn't really walk around with things like that, but I stayed there by myself sometimes because my cousin, he was dating that girl. He would go to see her in Chicago, so it was just me and the dog. And I would stay there by myself, dude, and fucking.
Fuck that.
No, get over.
You want to go over?
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude.
Hey, dogs can see some stuff.
Dude, I'm telling you, you felt something there, dude.
Dude, I had to
You ever fuck with the we caught Joe? Any of you guys, Joe
Ouija
Senior?
board?
No.
My mom told me that that she tried it once,
See,
and that ever since then she felt not the same. That's all she told me. But she told me she used to have a lot of nightmares. Eventually, they kind of went away, but she still kind of has nightmares here and there. But
like you said, I try not to believe in it because I think you give it power and shit. But from what my understanding, if you don't finish that game right or you don't get off, hey, can I stop playing?
Jumanji.
That shit. Well, yeah, Jumanji your ass.
right there, man.
Yeah,
You
Jumanji.
have to be like,
Yo,
can I
I'm
stop playing Ouija board?
Tell it to leave or something like that.
Yeah.
You have to close the game.
Yeah.
You have to close it all the way. You can't leave it. Say you're gonna take off or whatever.
Yeah.
They have to leave it literally there and tell it to shut down. You're gonna say, okay, that's it, we're gone, whatever. And then after that, it agrees with you, yes or no. If it says no, you have to keep going until it says no, until it says yes, that you can actually close it. And then when you close it, nothing can come back. Because they say that if they actually take that Ouija board anywhere and throw it out, whatever,
Yeah.
if you don't burn it, it's going to keep coming back. It's going to keep coming back. And the spirits with it.
Yeah,
So that's what they say, right?
Didn't your uncle know the Ouija
yeah, I
board?
was gonna say one of my tios, they played with it when he told me when they were younger, and they had asked, I forgot what they had asked. It said so that something was gonna happen to one of them, something major or something. Not major, but something. And that week later, he got in a car accident or something or some shit,
shit.
out of nowhere. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like, ever since then, I was like, oh. They're they don't like to fuck with stuff like that because you don't want to ask questions. And, yeah, dude. I don't know. I believe that shit. I don't know.
One time, I with your cousin, I was hammered drunk.
With Aaron?
Oh
With
yeah.
Aaron. And
hell yeah.
I made a Ouija board out of a beer box.
I don't know.
Yeah, and the handle, that was the little circle or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And we tried using it, but I felt like it didn't work. So, I mean, and the ones that you make are supposed to be more powerful,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say that.
I mean, I didn't see nothing. I didn't feel nothing. You know, so.
Maybe they didn't like pizza. The demon you're trying to attract.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like beer. It didn't like Budweiser.
It didn't like Budweiser.
Yeah, that's
Motherfuckers, yeah.
King of beers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I don't know about consecration or what. It must be consecrated. I don't know.
The one time I told this is when me and Charlie had first met, and Charlie was like, hey man, like, something we were talking about, like, we should like try a Ouija board. I was like, I was like, I'm fucking scared inside, and I was like, yeah, like we should,
Bro, we
fucking,
were legit gonna do it.
yeah. And then, but
What?
I told my wife, like, hey,
He called
like,
his wife.
hey, I'm gonna do the like Ouija board with Charlie. Like, I'll be back later. She's like, she's like, you're fucking stupid. Like, you're not gonna do that shit. Like, I don't want you doing that shit. And I was like, get my inside. I was like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. And then I went to Charlie. I was like, hey, wait, like, Yuri, fucking Yuri, way.
Ah, shit. My wife, man.
No, we were legit gonna do it, dude.
I was
like, we
fucking
should try it,
scared,
dude.
bro. I was
In
scared.
that house, imagine, dude.
Oh fuck no, bro.
Why are you gay?
It's Jumanji, like you said.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Jumanji.
The horror
close it,
version.
you gotta close it.
Nah, but besides that, man, the only other like haunted house I would say had to be my grandma's house.
Orale.
And that one I know for a fact because my tios.
I don't
they
take
were
no
little,
shit
they
from
lived there
anyone.
they've had that house forever, so they tell me all these stories there, man. And I stayed with my grandparents for a good while, actually, like in high school.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? Because my mom was, she was at the time she had met my stepdad, and he was doing like a training, and he was for customs, so he was in Arizona. So she
Very
went out there
nice.
for a little bit, but I stayed behind because I was going to school, and so I stayed with my grandma. And I slept in my tio's old room, I guess. But dude, I'm telling you, that house is for sure haunted, bro. Like, fuck, dude. Like, you felt people like you just feel like somebody looking at you or somebody like just standing there.
It's just your grandma, dude.
no, dude. No, fuck no.
Mijo.
Eat, man. What's
make
up?
Yeah, yeah.
That
You hungry?
Making atole over
no,
here.
I'm
is
saying like
you know?
one of these days, dude. I want to set up some kind of a little GoPro or something, dude. Like when they're not there or something, just leave it overnight because for sure you'll fucking catch something, dude.
What about that doll? No, something about
Yeah.
the doll.
Oh, I fucking hate that doll, dude.
Oh man.
She's like one of those old porcelain dolls. Like,
Ooh, and that's porcelain. Oh
and
man.
then it's funny, dude. I went last weekend and it's not in the spot where it usually is, and
It's
I was
like a
like,
reward.
I was like, Grandpa, was like,
That thing move, man.
I know. I was like, he was like, where's the,
Explain.
where's the doll? He's like, it's there. I'm like, you moved it, no?
You-
It's like all laughing, like, he's like, no, it should be there. I'm like,
Like all nervous.
Like,
Like,
all right. I was like, fuck, man.
Charlie's grandpa's like, you know how she is before, like, it's like
we
don't
learned.
worry. Yeah,
We learned to live with the demons.
Right.
Oh my god! I scared the shit out of my cousin one time when we were little, though, dude. Like, we would spend a night sometimes, and that same doll, dude. Like, I don't know why, bro. I'm fucked up. I used to like scaring my cousins, dude, like scaring the shit out of them, dude. Like,
That was
'cause
legitness.
they grew up like, all like,
Group scared.
yeah, dude. Shit. And
traumados.
he would wake me up in the middle of the night just to go to the restroom. The fucking restroom's like right there. Hey, can you go with me? Take like 2 steps. But nah, but bro, I scared the fuck out of him one time. Like, I got the doll, dude, and he was asleep. And I got out, like, on my... I was pretty much crawling with the doll. It made it look like the fucking doll was walking. So, like, I started making noises, and then, like, I saw his head get up, like, what the fuck? And then I came in, like, yeah. Oh, my God, bro. He's shit, bro. I was like,
Fuck that.
and I was like, oh, my God, dude. I started laughing.
I wouldn't be able to sleep after that for sure.
Bro,
No.
dude, that would happen to me. I would have been scared too.
Yeah,
Shit.
no, man.
You ever been afraid? You ever been,
Ah.
has anyone scared you, like, but like you thought that shit was real? Like someone ever fucking come up to you like, oh, like, ah, la verga, and like fucking like someone fucking with you, and you're like, damn, like that shit really fucked with me, like scared the shit out of me.
I don't think so.
No, none of your homies. No.
Well, there is
Nah,
one
yeah.
story with Felipe over here.
Which one was it?
I can't even remember.
I think we told about it. Go again because it's a good story.
It's,
Yeah.
Okay, so it's that same Hunter house where we
Oh, no,
we're-
different story. Go
We're,
ahead.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're messing around with this website. and we're asking. There's like.
Ah, dude.
Jesus,
I
remember.
forgot about
Yeah.
that. Wow,
Dude,
that's old as
this is a
fuck.
good one. This is a good one.
What kind of
This
website
is
is this again?
Bro, this is
Pornhub? What do we go?
So there's this website, like we pretty much supposedly talking to spirits or whatever.
Yeah.
We'd always be looking at stupid shit.
What was
like
it called?
that? I
movie
forgot
called?
what
There's
it's
a movie
called.
As-
dude. Ask something.
Ask-
Ask something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cindy or something. I don't know
So
the
you would
fuck.
ask questions and it would reply or whatever.
Yeah.
But the trick was, like, whatever you're typing in, like the person that's asking it, you're actually writing the answer. So whatever buttons you push, like, I guess whatever you're typing doesn't come out on there. You're typing
Yeah.
the answer. So,
Yeah.
So like it makes
Wait,
it,
so- so
it
like-
makes
Yeah.
it seem like they're answering.
Oh, they're talking to you. That's
You
good.
didn't know that. Though.
Yeah. I was not in on the joke, dude.
We were asking questions like, is there? Okay, so we started off with like, you know, is there somebody here or whatever, and then we put yes. And I'm like, all right. I was like, what was the next question after that? It was somebody here.
It was like somebody
It was,
here, like yeah, and like, are you something like, are you happy or like, or are you evil or something? And then like, and it was just like shit like that, and like, who are you here for?
And like, who you know, who don't you like that's here or whatever?
Oh man.
And he put fucking Felipe, bro, and
Let me tell you this.
no,
Dude,
dude,
he was mad and crying at the same time.
dude,
Fuck that. He's outside like tearing up like, fuck that. I'm not going inside, dude. He's all like, bro, we had to hold him to laugh because we were like, we were all in on it. So he got up and went outside and we were like, shut up.
dude, I was,
laughing, bro.
I
Like,
was,
go
dude, I
down
was,
there.
I was fucking like,
chills
I got
right
up
there.
pissed off, I was like, fuck this shit, bro,
outside, like,
and I went up like,
lighting
but
a
I
cigarette
was
off
like
to stop.
smoking a cigarette, but like,
With
I was
tears.
like, yeah, dude, like coraje, and I was like I can't believe it, like this thing wants me, like it's like
She lying. She wants me.
I'm a
Bro,
fucking
she wants
good
me.
guy.
Bro, I had to literally show him everything. I'm like, dude, I was typing the shit in. Bro.
Oh,
okay.
Dude, that shit was probably one of the best fucking.
oh, I forgot about that shit. Wow.
God,
We
bro.
should try it.
Everybody's in on it now. Yeah,
I'll be down.
you gotta try one of these younger kids. Maybe.
We'll
I
get
don't
Cedric in the other room later.
Yeah.
know. Oh my god, bro.
What were you gonna say, man? You had something on the. You were gonna say something.
No,
No,
I
no.
don't think so.
Has anyone ever fucked with you like that? No.
Nothing like that,
No
man.
pranks
like
I
that?
don't think, cause like I never really believed in that shit. You know, like I always
Never.
wanted to see something, but like
You know what? I never believed in that
Yeah.
until I was like maybe 14, and I had a broken leg because I broke my fibula, so I was in
Uh-huh.
a boot. And my mom, you know how they have family parties? I was too young, so they didn't want to take me because it was an adult party.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna sleep in the master bedroom. You know, I'm not like that's my mom's room. But I remembered we have moved by Socorro over there, a street called Gaza Street.
Okay.
And so I go and I take my dog named Pinky at the time, and I still get chills just talking about it. But this one's a little crazy. So then I go to the room, I lay down, and I have every light on, right? And it was just a habit. Yeah, I was scared of the dark.
I did it too.
And
I did
yeah,
it too, yeah.
and then I kind of knocked out. Like at that point that you feel that you kind of can still wake up. You know what I mean? That you're barely knocking out.
Yeah.
And when I woke up, I was like, oh, I'm thirsty, you know, and I want some milk, you know. So I would visit my mom. So I wasn't really there. I was there every 2 weeks. And then I stand up, and my mom would always have nightmares in that house, like crazy, bro. Like I mean, like I'm gonna say like it would
Vivid
be
as
like
fuck.
it would be like 2, 3 in the morning. I'll be asleep with my brother or my little sister because I would always go visit. And my mom would randomly scream like if someone like stabbed her.
Oh,
You know,
dude.
I'm like, it was crazy, man. Like, so I would wake up and, you know, I'm like 14, 13. I would run to the room because I don't know what's going on to help my mom. But she was just sitting down like this, just going like all
shit.
crying, you know? So I never really understood what was going on. So going back to where I was at, well, I wake up and I'm like, I'm thirsty, man. So I'm going to go get some milk. And I look at the clock and I see that it's exactly 12, like exactly. And I even see the second move like that. And I'm like, that's weird. Yeah, man. Like, so this house would always make crackling noises all around, but we just thought it was old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then, I'm walking to the kitchen. It's like an L. So it's like a long L hallway.
Okay.
And then you get to the living room, and then it's like the computer room, and then the kitchen right next to it that connects to the living room, right? My sister's room is by the computer room. It's a little over here. It's like
Closest to the living room.
yeah, it used to be
Okay.
like a garage, I think, and they made it into a room.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So then I go, I get milk, and my mom's not there, so I just grab the jug. You know, I'm like, oh, you know, I
Fuck
take
yeah.
a big old, you know. And then Well, I think, well, I'm already tired. I'm gonna turn off all the lights. So I start turning off all the lights. You know, I go to the room and I just leave the hallway on. So my mom's bed is like straight, so you can kind of just see into the hallway like this much. You know what I mean? It's like this and then that way. So, well, I'm at the point again. My dog Pinky's in my legs, like on the side, and she's knocked out. And I get chills. And so I don't know where I hear like I'm at that point again that I'm knocking out, and I hear like you know when you scratch like the paint right here, like this.
Yeah.
And I hear that, and I'm like, nah, it's nothing. And then I hear like a growl, bro. Like and then I hear, ooh, dude, like so,
putazo?
dude, like someone punched the wall when you're mad, like a good girl. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck, man? Like,
Or a man.
It was like, you just hit the wall. You're like, fuck, you know?
Oh yeah.
So then, well, I opened my eyes as soon as I hit. I hear that noise, bro. It was the craziest encounter I had. I don't believe in that. Remember, at this point, I don't believe in none of that stuff. Like just like him, you know.
Yeah.
I look
Amen.
at the. I open my eyes and I look at the TV and there's like a big mirror, kind of the size of like this big.
Yeah.
You know, those old school Mexican mirrors.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I open my eyes, everything is shaking, bro. Like I'm talking the doors like. The TV,
shit.
it's those old school TVs that are like fat.
See,
And I could see under it because of how high it was jumping. You know what I mean? And I was like, whoa. So then I look to the right, the mirror is shaking. My dog wakes up, but she doesn't bark. She's just looking at the door, and everything is shaking. Everything. I'm talking everything. Damn. Like, so me, I hold my mom's cobija like this. Whoa, what's going on, you know? And Pinky, the dog, my dog, looks at the door, and I could hear noises on the kitchen, I'm gonna say like the plates, the cups, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm freaking out. At this point, I'm crying because I'm like 14. You know, I have a broken leg. I can't even run. You know.
Yeah.
So
You're lucky. My leg's fucked up. I would have.
I would have messed it up. Dog.
Hell yeah.
No, and then so I look at the hallway and I look at the dog, and the dog's just standing but looking at it.
Yeah.
This is like a little past 12:20 something. You know what I mean? Next thing I know, it's like 4 a.m. and my dog's still standing up.
Oh, fucking
You know
shit.
what I mean?
The house was.
Dude, the house is making noise everywhere.
Hail to the
I could
king,
hear
baby.
noises.
And your
everywhere.
sister?
No one's there. Everyone's at the party because I'm not old enough to be at the party. You know what I mean?
God damn.
So, the house was so crazy that my mom's, my brother's dad at the time, my stepdad at the time, he would run outside when we would feel like steps on the ceiling because we would think that the neighbors' kids will get on the ceiling and just chill out there. But no, there was never no one in there, you know? So when I see everything shaking and everything, I'm telling you, I freak out. And it's like 3-4 in the morning, still stuff's moving around, doors are moving, whatever is going on. I could hear the fridge slamming itself. You know what I mean? So, and I'm telling you, I don't believe in this at this moment. So the biggest mistake I did, man, is that I covered my head. Like, as soon as I covered my head, I felt it like right here.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, shit.
I kind of want to cry, man, just remembering. Because at the moment I was freaking out, and then well, my dog is still standing. It's like 5 a.m. and it's
To this
still-
day.
till this day, she's still right there. No, and then well, I'm gonna say like when the sun's barely coming up, it starts coming down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I finally knock out. You know, my mom comes like at 2 p.m. I'm still in the bed.
Fuck, she was partying for a minute.
Bro,
Hold on.
Mexicans, you know, the party, man.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So then she pulls up with my sister and my father-in-law at the time, and I tell him, man, like, hey, like, I like this stuff, crazy stuff happened. Well, I'm all crying, telling my mom with my broken leg, my boot. I look like RoboCop over here. And,
Hell yeah.
And then she tells me, "It's like, nah, you're crazy. You're crazy. There's probably someone was trying to knock or something." I was like, "Nah, man. Like,
I can't believe you've
hell
done
no."
this.
You know, like I called my grandma and she took me home. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
But after that, I started believing in that, right? So then one day I'm with my brother's cousin. His name is Carlitos. And so we're chilling, we're on the computer, and he just got his laptop, so we're out there like, you know, searching some websites, you know, and so then my sister's room was that garage area, right? And it would always feel cold at night, like freezing cold, like you could see your breath in there. You know what I mean? So we had the computer, the doors right here, and the computer's right here. So the doors to my left, and we were just there looking at the computer, and then I don't know where I see the handle like move, man.
Oh, shit.
And I look at it, and I'm like, that didn't just happen. And then he looked at it, and he was like, So then the door just goes, and it starts opening all slow. So me and him just jump out of the computer. We ran to the room. We're on the room with the light on. Like, dude, did that just happen? You know, I'm like still like 14. And we go back. It's still open, and you can feel like a breeze. So I closed it. I was like, maybe the door doesn't lock right. You know, there's something wrong with the handle. You know, we close it. We start getting on the computer again. Probably Cartoon Network, maybe. I was like, so then.
Newgrounds.
F22. What is it?
So we used to have a couch
Rule
next to
34.
that. We used to have a couch next to that door, right? And we're on it again, maybe like an hour later.
I am the Clit Commander.
And when he's in there, out of nowhere, as soon as we start typing, the thing opens again, and I see the handle literally go like all crazy, and then we look at it, and it starts opening. So we like.
God damn it, Pinky.
I kicked the door, bro, and I put the couch in front of it.
Fuck yeah.
Like house couch in front of it.
Turn into the Hulk.
Oh, man, no.
You heard like, yo, fuck you, Michael Myers. Like, you ain't coming.
Oh, man.
You ain't shit. You ain't getting through this couch.
Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Ever since that day, my thoughts changed a bit. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, I think like the closest thing I had was like, it was like a dream, you know? Like, I was in like this big hall and there was like fucking like candles and shit. And I just feel like this force, this entity grabbed me and lift me up. And I just kind of like, I just remember like, I feel like I even said it out loud while I was asleep. I was like, no.
No.
No, you cannot have me. No,
No, you can't have my butt.
Not
The dark man, the night man coming.
Invest in it first.
You gotta put a troll toll.
Oh shit.
But I swear, like I just woke up and I was just like paralyzed. Like I can't move. I can't move. And like that was like the closest thing I think I felt to like maybe like some kind of like ghost or like entity or something. But outside of that, man, like I'd never seen it, and I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to see like, oh shit, cool.
Yeah.
Ghost.
I don't know if
I don't know if it would be that cool.
Hey,
but I'm just saying.
Hey.
That's just me.
when you see it, you get so scared that you're like, oh man.
What are they gonna do? Fly through me?
Hey, Mr. Ghost.
I mean,
Are they gonna slime my ass?
you
What the
see a fucking demon and be like, oh shit. All right.
Yeah.
I know. Joe Senior's got a good one right there. You want to talk about your story?
Oh yeah. So we were talking at work. Joe was telling me you guys know both of you.
Oh, yeah,
both of you.
us, yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
Whoever wants to, you guys can switch
chime
off.
in,
But
yeah.
you guys have a pretty good story at your current house.
This is why we're all here.
So this is
Well,
yeah.
we set up. I set up all these cameras that are on the house. Really, it was the
Okay.
first. It was the doorbell camera,
Yeah, like the ring.
and that's
yeah.
the cream of the crop at first.
Okay.
But we never kept an SD card on there or anything. But we kept it on there, and it does notify us whenever anybody gets near or moves around, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, a car passes by, etc.
Yeah.
And sometimes we ignore it because of that.
yeah.
But one day we were just flipping through the pictures, and there's a light. There's a weird ass light, and we're like, "What is that? Say, look at this. What is this, Mio?" I'm telling my son, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's all, "Damn, I don't know what that is. What is that?" At first, we're thinking trick of light,
Mhm.
like some type of a shining from
Like
a
a
car
reflection.
passing
Yeah,
by,
right,
you know,
right.
whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nah, but then this thing moves.
Uh-huh.
It literally.
But it moves so fast that you can only catch like certain frames.
Yeah.
You can only catch like certain frames because it moves so fast. Like one time I opened it by accident at night because I had a feeling and I opened it, and I just saw like this light just disappear. But it's so fast that it only like it takes pictures per second and millisecond, I think. And it's so fast that it will only catch like 3 pictures every night, to 2 pictures. You know what I mean? But so keep going. That's it.
So we started with that, and then we're like, well, maybe it could be a trick of the light, whatever. And then we kept looking through the back, going back towards the actual history of the camera, of the actual advisories it would tell us. And we're like, dude, this thing's been happening. What the fuck? And we're like, dude, look. And there's one long ass one coming up from like the next door, right? The next
it's
door
like
neighbors.
It comes out of the neighbor's house.
Big old
So,
one. We're
it's
like,
so big that you can see it come out of its wall,
And
Is
it's-
it like a tail? Does
Well-
it have some type of tail?
Well, it's supposed, we googled it, and it's supposed to be it's called the spiral phenomenon or something like that. It just looks like a. Have you ever seen like a strut or like from a car? You know how the spring is. Like
Okay,
that?
see.
It looks like a light, and it has just like a spiral on it, like this.
Kind of like the
Okay.
vertebrae on your
Yeah,
on your
kinda
spine.
like the- yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the vertebrae on your spine, literally.
But keep going.
No.
Yeah,
No, well, anyhow, we saw these things and we were just like, damn. And he starts worrying about it because, we do have my mom and she's 88 years old and stuff.
Oh yeah, I
and
started
then
worrying
he
about
asks
it.
her, what'd you see? What'd you see? Tell him, you. Tell
Oh
him.
man. So we were barely moving. This is happening a little before we were aware of it. Well, we were moving we were moving stuff into the house. We had to move out of nowhere because we had like a crazy neighbor in the other apartment. So we moved like from one day to the other. And we were moving in the house, I guess, because the doors were open. We were still bringing stuff. We were coming back and forth. And she tells me, like, my grandma has, like, dementia, so she randomly remembers, And that during that time, she was remembering. And she tells me, it's like, hey,
Very nice.
I saw this beautiful light just flying around my room.
No.
Like, I've personally never seen it. My dad hasn't either. But I guess because she's really innocent, she gets to see stuff like that. I don't know. So she's telling me, like, it was beautiful. I was watching it for like an hour, and I'm like, and then I tell my dad, watch my grandma be seeing aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
I was thinking in my head the signs type of shit, bro. Like maybe you're like that. Maybe that's I don't know. Like I was thinking like when the lady's pinned up and she sees like the visions and shit, or sees what anyone else can't see.
Yeah, well, she's
Like,
really,
so-
really innocent. Like, she has no idea what, like, harm is or anything. So I feel like that's why she kind of can see that, because I've never seen anything. I've never seen anything move at the house.
Family.
Sometimes electric things will turn on here and on, off.
right.
And that's the only things that kind of trip me out. But so then when my grandma mentions that, I never think on it. So then we get those cameras where my dad is at. And then my dad tells me, and then I'm like tripping. So I'm like, so then I go to the neighbor.
Uppercut.
Really nice guy, man. He works for like the Veterans Affairs or something like that. He's a really nice older gentleman. And I go up to him and I tell him, I say, hey, man, has anything weird ever happened around this house? Because I Googled the house, and my house is like blank. It's the only house in the entire street that you cannot see. And it's weird to me. I never found anything on like the history of it. So then my neighbor's telling me, is like, oh yeah, man. And I look at him, he's like so calm. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, like all the time. I think we moved here like 25 years ago when I barely married my wife, and it's been happening for quite a while. So like, oh shit. So then I'm like,
what's been happening?
yeah. So then I tell him, well, what exactly has happened to you? And then he tells me, well, one day I have these really big, like pots for like those big plants, like the really drag it, those
Oh,
big,
okay.
big pots of plants. He's like, so I was watering. He's a plant guy, so he's like a tree in his backyard always, And he tells me, well, I'm watering it, and then for some reason I went to the front to water my front tree. No one was at the house or anything. My daughter was not even born yet or something like that. My wife's at work, and when I walked to the back, well, the pot had left a trail, like they dragged it all the way to a different corner of the backyard. So I looked at it and I freaked out because
I can't
I was
believe you've
young
done
and I didn't
this.
know. This is the first time we just barely moved into this house like a year. So then I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay. He's so calm though, that the whole time he's like smiling. You know what I mean? So then he's like, oh yeah, man, we actually have a name for it. And I'm like,
What the
I'm over here already sweating.
Mr. Scary Pants.
Oh yeah, man! Like, that guy's tough, man. So then he starts telling me more stories, and he tells me that one day they had like a family party or something, and they won like those fruit trays that they give you.
Yeah. Okay.
So he already had one. He told me I don't need it, so he left it on top of the fridge.
All right.
And then one day he told me like a couple months later that he was in his kitchen with his wife, and that I don't know where it was on top of the fridge, all the way in the corner, like on the back towards the wall. And that I don't know where that thing flew from one side to the other side, And he was really like descriptive, like at the time. And it flies around. So they just look at each other and it's like, well, that was weird, And I'm like, okay, yeah,
Like
that was
some
weird.
culture guy stuff.
Yeah.
Culture guys.
Shit,
No,
dude.
so he has more stories of that, man. So then one time he also tells me right after that story, he starts telling me that apparently his wife's dad used to be like, this guy used to always be doing stuff with like nails. I guess he was always a guy, like a plumber, I guess. And he said that he pulled up to the house once, I'm gonna say like 15 years ago, and that he found this little box in front of his door.
Uh-huh.
He didn't think anything of it. He just went inside with his wife. I think his daughter was already a baby. He already had his daughter.
Come on.
So then he told me like a couple of months later, he doesn't know the exact time, that he just got curious, because he went outside and he grabbed it and he showed his wife. He was like, oh, my dad used to do stuff like that, with the little boxes. So then he one day got curious and he went to the next door neighbors, like I'm gonna say like half a year later maybe, and then he tells them, was like, and when he looks at the box, well, the neighbor freaks out, like as in like at him, not like, because he said, man, like, how did you get this? And he's like, well, what do you mean? It was just on my lawn. And I was like, I was literally using this when I was working on something on the house, and it just disappeared. It just literally disappeared. Like I was inside my house and it just disappeared.
Oh, shit.
So then I'm already in my head like, oh man, like this neighborhood, oh no.
What side of town is this?
This is by Fred Wilson, by like the, how it used to be old Fort Bliss, but now it's just houses.
Yeah.
So
I know that area real good because actually I have.
Oh my bad.
No, you're good. I have on my grandma's side, her sister. She lives close to you, man. Actually, like.
The trailer park's not?
Like no. It's shit. I can't remember the name of the street, dude. But it's close to like I want to say like that McDonald's kind of. That's right there.
like Broadis and all that.
Broadis, yeah. Like she lives in one of those.
They all
streets,
literally look. All the homes, if you notice, all those homes literally almost have the same type of setup. The same build because they were old military homes.
They're like from the 60s or 70s.
Yeah, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah. It's up there by Old Beaumont, no? The Old Beaumont.
Yes.
That's a little further up.
So
That's a little further up.
There wasn't like not a. Oh, it was, we
No,
blanked
you're
out. But there was no cemetery there before, was there, or something? Maybe.
I don't know.
I was gonna say.
Now there's
man.
one right now.
Oh yeah, but I mean, shit, man.
No.
We're gonna have a poltergeist situation here, building houses over a cemetery.
Hey, man. People
No,
do that
so
shit.
he has more stories, and then one day he tells me that he found a decapitated cat and is literally in his he has like a little bush, and yeah, your friend.
Like a special bush?
No, he just has like bush. I'm telling you, he's like a. it's a weed bush.
That's a special bush.
That's why I asked him.
No, he's really a plant guy. So that's all he does. He goes out there and waters his plants all day. I guess that's his thing, And he tells me that he finds a cat, but he finds it without his head. So I think he called the cops and everything, and they never found the head of the actual cat.
What the fuck?
So then,
Shit.
so now this is the conversation. Now I tell him, he's like, "Hey man, like I've been catching some weird light, in my doorbell." And then he's like, "Oh really?" So I start showing it to him. He was so amazed, but he was more like, "Whoa," I was like. Like,
Yeah.
So then, right after that, that same night, I woke up the next day and I got curious and I looked and I found the light, but it was literally shaped as a cross, and it's so detailed because it's like the light figure, but
I can't
inside of
believe
it
you've
you can
done
see like
this.
3 strings, literally like across. The bottom one's longer, the 2 ones like that, and then the light is around it, right?
Right.
So me at the time, man, I'm telling you, I've always been iffy about that, even after what happened to me. And I was like, So then I decide, well, this thing records up to 2 to 3 weeks back. And I never thought of it until barely. So I start going back every night. Every night it's there. Every single night till this day.
To this day.
Till this day.
To this
So,
day.
so then, well, as soon as I saw that cross one, I never felt like a fear like that because I always was like, whoa, that'd be cool to experience. But when I was there, I was scared, man. I was like, why here? Because it will fly all around my front yard, and I will get like 7 pictures at first, and then it would chill next to the door, but it looked like a light with a spiral. So we looked into it. It's called a spiral phenomenon or something like that, or that they always catch. So it was always though every night it would always end up in the same spot next to my doorbell, just like that, next to my door, like if it was waiting for us to open the door.
Yeah.
So then, well, I honestly got so freaked out to the point that I was like, "Hey man, you know what? I might need to go to the church and ask."
Yeah.
So I went to the church. I grew up Catholic. Well, I do believe in God, but I grew up Catholic, so I went to the Catholic church. And I tell this first lady right there by that old hospital, and I tell her, "It's like, hey, is there any way I could just talk to the priest? I just want to talk to him real quick." Like, I'm not trying to make an appointment because apparently you got to make appointments to talk to a priest.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was like,
baby.
Yeah, dude.
yeah, I didn't know that. So then she's
I
like,
need to
well,
talk to a priest.
she tells me, well, the guy, the priest is actually on a vacation right now. I was like, well, that's nice, that's cool. So I was like, would you mind showing me these pictures? I guess she was like the head nun or something.
Hail to the king.
And I was like, are you sure? And she was more like curious, like, yeah, and I'm like, are you sure?
Yeah.
So I pull it out, and she's looking at it, and she's thinking nothing. But when she sees the cross, she looks back, and she's like, give me a minute. So she starts writing this number, and then she calls him. Or she calls someone and then she tells, well, I can't take you yet. It's going to be a couple of weeks till he comes back. So I'm like, fuck. So then I get to my car and I'm like, okay, I can't even go to church.
That shit is gross.
You know what I mean? These guys are not even caring about the situation. I'm all scared. You know what I mean? So then from there, I was like, no, it's got to work. Churches are about to close. So I got like 25 minutes. I'm like, nah, I'm going to speed here to St. Pius by Bassett.
Is this on Sunday or Saturday?
I don't even know. I don't remember. It's during the week.
During the week, bro. Okay,
It's
okay.
during like the week.
I think it was during the week.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
dude.
was literally during the week.
Yeah.
So then I get to the other church. I walk in and the same thing. The main, like, I guess the nun was really curious about it. So I show her and she's like, but there was a guy just standing on the side. I'm going to say like a 30, 40-year-old
The devil.
gentleman. No, he was the priest, but I didn't know.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? He was in
Yeah.
the background, but he was just hearing.
Well,
Like,
he was dressed in Gucci. That's a lot of
yeah. He was all dressed up, man. He was wearing
belt
that
and everything.
Sounds like a goddamn
Gucci bang,
anime.
Gucci bang, Gucci gang.
Okay,
So then he's just chilling like that. I think he's just probably a worker there because I actually work and deliver there, so I've never seen that guy before. So then I start telling her, and she's like,
Yeah,
"What's
I'm
the
the fucking priest.
I'm the one. What's up? Opens the book. What you need, dog? What you need, dog?
What the fuck you want?
So then I am the one.
I'm him, motherfucker.
So then I'm telling this lady, and as soon as she sees the same one, that same cross one, which I'll send them to him so he can post it. But she right away told him, well, that guy right there is the priest. And I'm like, so I look, he's been standing next to me, so he heard everything.
Yeah.
So he's been like this the whole time, like.
He's got like a quarter in his fingers like that, just rolling it and shit.
Basically, right?
Yeah, it was just just moving it around.
Smoking a cigarette inside. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
so then
Harvey
I
Dent.
tell him, hey, so I don't know if you heard. He was like, explain to me again. He was like Nigerian, so I couldn't really understand him at the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real. Like I couldn't really understand a little bit. So then he tells me, no, I need you to tell me what's going on. And I was like, well, it's never been in the house that I know of. But my grandma told me she saw it, but I've never seen it. That nothing's ever moved. But like apparently it goes from like all the like the neighborhood. We'll see it going to the neighbor's house and stuff like that. This light. So then he tells me, look, do you mind telling me a little bit more? And I was like, well, I can show you pictures. And he's like, no need for that. Like I can probably go tomorrow. And then it was like, are you sure? And it's like, all right, let me see these pictures. So as soon as I show him the pictures, he sees the cross one. He's like, he like kind of like stiffs up. And he's like, you know what? He goes to the back and he brings some special Bible.
Oh, shit.
Apparently, like I
Yeah,
think
cool.
if I'm
I am
correct,
the
this
Clit
Bible
Commander.
to do like stuff like that, to bless a home, is the same Bible that's the exorcism
Exorcism?
book.
Yeah.
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 So the same book that they go to your house and they bless your house has the
That's a
same.
lot of
It's the
nuts.
exorcism book that the Pope gives to the main, I guess, priest of each church that he goes to. And I didn't know. I thought it was just a book that they bless the house. Apparently not. That same book has all the exorcisms, all of them.
Damn.
So it's a weird looking book with like reddish brown, right? And he grabs it. He even took a minute. He went back there and I could hear him moving stuff around. And
Then
takes
he
it
was
out.
like, he saw the picture and he was like, fuck. 1 second, he ran back to the, fuck yeah.
No, but it's because he
My
got,
turn.
he got so serious. He got
get
so
the
serious.
shotty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got really serious, and then he brings it, and when he brings it, he tells me, I was like, look, just to calm you down a little bit, because I'm already freaking out because I saw his expression. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, the priest acting like this, man. You know, like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So then he tells me, look, doesn't mean it's bad, this and that. I guess trying to calm me down, but I know low key, you know. I'm like, you know, and then
If
he's
he's
like,
scared.
and he tells me, look, I'm not like I'm already off, but I'll be there right now. Give me 15 minutes. So I'm like, it's like right now. And it's like, yeah, go ahead, go to your house, and I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Damn.
But like
Imagine if
super
he's like,
serious.
I'm off. I'm off shift, dog.
He's like,
I'm
you got
off
an
the
extra
clock.
20 right there, man.
He's like, I'm gonna be there in 15 minutes because the fucking Uber is down the street getting high.
Yeah. I need you to just take a picture of the Uber just in case the Vatican asks me how much it costs.
Oh,
'cause
yeah, true.
I don't want to pay that $25. $25.
Reimburse the priest, dog.
yeah, exactly.
They're poor.
Probably drives a Cadillac. Like, no, so then I go to my house and he's having trouble finding the house. He eventually finds it, and as soon as he walks in, he tells me, "You got to bring your grandma." And I was like, "Well, she's just doing her thing, you know."
Yeah.
So I bring my grandma, and then my grandma was like really polite. She's just in her own world. So she's like, "Hi, how are you?" Whatever, you know. And me and my dad were like really serious. And then he starts like, I was like, I need you all to stay in this exact position. And I'm gonna go all around this house, but you stay right here. And I want y'all to say whatever, amen. Whenever I say amen, those all these things.
Yeah.
So then he doesn't even start slow, man. He starts like yelling, like yelling, like you are not
God
whatever
damn.
it is. This is a good home. You
In
whatever.
English.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to understand him. Like I said, he is Nigerian, so it's kind of like I'm catching it. So whenever he says amen, I just say amen.
Yeah.
So then he's out here and then he throws a bunch of water on me and my dad and my grandma, like a lot. Like I'm talking like he goes back at it. So he brought like 6 water bottles.
Boy
for
water?
your home. No, I even saw him walking. Like he gave them all to me like this, and I'm like,
bro.
I grab them all and we put them in every door, like the entrance and stuff like that, right? So then he's yelling, like I'm telling, like when you're yelling, like at a concert or something, he's yelling, like he's yelling out there, and he goes to the kitchen, he goes to every corner, and he starts saying some stuff that I've never actually heard. Like I've heard, yeah, bless this home, but he started saying a bunch of other stuff, like
Sick
whatever is
Taco
bad,
Parabellum.
you're never gonna be in here. God is greater
Oh,
than
shit.
you. You will never. This is, and I'm in the background, like just standing next to my grandma and my dad, like, oh man. I'm more scared of the priest, like, That's
Crazy,
so,
dude.
So then he
Go
goes,
wild, bro. I already
Yeah.
fucking scared you.
everyone told me, oh, go to the priest, but when I brought the priest, I got more scared, man. I was like, I was like, so then
can't believe you've
he
done
goes all
this.
around, he comes up to us and he gives that speech. Is like, don't think it's bad. It's maybe a sign of God, because if it hasn't harmed you yet, it's for a reason. Maybe it's you're something or someone that has a purpose or something, and he's showing you that, I don't think it's always bad. But in my head, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm freaking out, man. Like, I've never thought I would see up to a week. It would see something every week,
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
at your door.
Like once in a while,
It
it's
was
like,
like,
alright, but every
Every
fucking-
day, man.
That's
At my
crazy.
door is scary.
That's
It is scary. We even caught some lights that look like a rib cage. You know what I mean?
Holy shit.
Yeah, one
be
that looked
cool.
like a baby. You know what I
One
mean?
that looked like a face, literally like.
Yeah. So
It's
like
just some
when you see
kid
a
across the street with a
cartoon, like-
drone.
You know when
And
you
like-
see a cartoon like when it swerves and takes off, like like a face and stuff. That's what it looks
Come on, man.
So then after that, the light kind of stopped, and low key it stopped because I stopped looking. You know what I mean? Like I just stopped looking because I scared myself so much that I was so thinking of this 24/7 that it's just like you said, I started having weird dreams. I started like, I remember that I could see because next to me I have a rim that I don't use, and it's just there in case of an emergency.
Rim.
Yeah, like for one of my cars.
Okay.
And yeah,
okay.
like a rim. So I
Like
remember
basketball
that
rim,
I could
okay.
see like barely the rim, and I remember that I was already knew that I was awake, but I couldn't move. I couldn't move, man.
Yeah.
And I had a weird, right after that, I had like a weird dream that I saw like a hand coming out of 2 doors like this,
Yeah.
It was weird. It was a weird dream, but I didn't think anything of it. So the reason I didn't freak myself out and I got used to it is because I stopped looking, But low key, if I probably look right now, we probably already caught like 2 pictures or something, But it's always like this light with a spiral, and I've been living there for like almost a year now, and it's like every day. Like I have so much evidence that it's
So,
like every day.
Even with the
To
priest
this
coming
day.
through, that shit didn't.
Well, it's
No, it did stop
for a little
while.
bit. You know what I mean?
To
But
this
it doesn't.
day.
It would just stay like at the neighbor's house. You could see like a glare in his wall,
Yeah.
and you could see like a glare like on the street, but you could never see it on our lawn. Eventually, when I got curious again and I started looking so much, I started getting closer. I guess because I got curious.
You don't think it's like haunting the neighbor, but you're just catching glimpses of it?
I don't know, maybe because he does tell me some weird stuff, and
Yeah.
I freak myself so much that I was walking back and forth like in the cartoons back, like outside, and I was just like, man, what do I do? This is before I talked to the priest.
Right.
And I went down to another neighbor that I didn't even know. I was just walking by. He was outside, and he was like, "What's up, man?" And I saw his cat. I petted his cat. He's like, "What you doing out here?" And I was like, "Well, honestly, man, like, I kind of don't want to go inside my house, you know." He's like, "Well, why?" And I was like, and I started explaining to him. He's a guy that you can tell he's really religious. So he starts telling me all these things right away. It's like, "No, God's stronger. This and that." And then I show him the pictures, and he stayed quiet. I was like,
God's not that strong.
It seems like everyone around your neighborhood, like every priest you went to, knows about that cross, but they don't want to tell you shit about. Like they're like,
"Bro, we have a cross in our backyard."
What do you mean?
It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I think we thought that we think that a dog died, and they put like a little cross with paint. It's like
buried it there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
No,
in
not like an
pictures or in,
actual
like, video. Okay.
No. It's like actually painted, but in a corner, all the way back there. But people do that with their dogs.
It's the dog.
I hope so.
taunting you.
I hope so. I hope it's a dog. You need some treats. You let me know. I was like,
Shit. That's crazy, bro.
So I tell him the neighbor what's going on. And he's like, "You know what, man? I've only had one thing happen once. It was like 3 a.m, and I don't normally smoke around my family. And I had just had my daughter, and I didn't want to see her smoking. I was smoking weed."
So he packed a bowl.
Yeah. So he went outside. He packed a bowl or a blunt. He did a blunt, and he tells me that when he went back inside, well, he's just chilling, and that I don't know where he's laying down. And then he hears like a knock on his window, like boop boop boop, and then and he takes care of his grandma like me, but his grandma's still okay. She still knows what's going on.
Yeah.
So then that it was so loud that he woke up and he looked out the highway because the little baby was a baby, so he didn't want to wake up the baby, so he looked out and his grandma was already looking. What was that noise? And that he looked outside and then he never saw anything. That was the closest thing he ever told me.
Damn.
You know what I mean? But he did hear like a loud knock, like someone went up to his window and smacked that, and then just
You don't ever think like dementia or like Parkinson's and shit like that. Like maybe it's like there's like it's communication in between and shit like that.
I don't know.
Maybe like
I
the
think
brain has.
I think it's innocence.
Yeah.
When you really don't have no harm for no one, you can see other things. You know what I mean? Because I got a cat now that randomly showed up, and I just made it my cat. You know what I mean? But she'll sleep with me, and she randomly like just looks at things. But she like stays looking, and she'll chase stuff, and there's nothing there, but I can't see nothing.
They say like animals can sense that. Animals and little kids, like toddlers, like kids, they can see stuff that we can't.
Oh man, I know.
It's
an innocence.
Yeah, it's an innocence, man. I don't know. That's crazy though, dude. That's we'll definitely we'll get some of those videos that you have and we'll upload them on our Instagram.
It's mostly pictures
Put some
since we don't
YouTube.
have an SD card. You know what I mean? It kind of
We'll
doesn't.
figure something out though. Yeah, we'll show you guys. We'll show you guys. We'll talk about
We have plenty of those. We'll send more during the week.
Yeah, the SD card I have has a bunch of
we have like.
I'll put as much in there as I can. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you because you're talking about dreams. I think like the scariest shit I've encountered, like besides Charlie's fucking house, like besides that, like I had this one. It's a reoccurring dream of
Your
my
wife's
friend.
cooking.
Oh, hey.
No, I'm saying
That's a fucking blessing, motherfucker. Hey, hold on. Hey, Yuri. Fuck this guy. Fuck this nerd.
I was just playing. I was just playing. Honestly, Yuri gets down.
Oh, dude. Hell yeah, man.
Bro, one of the
I was
guys.
like,
Yuri's
Dude.
one of the guys. Like, I know you got sick of it a long time ago, but I gotta say, sorry.
hey, why you throwing me on the bus like that?
You told me I had to do this.
I didn't hear
You
that.
just throw them under the bus.
I don't give a fuck. She cooks other shit. But I gotta say, dude, she gets down. She gets down for sure.
So what are you saying?
No,
I was saying I have a reoccurring dream that's I think it's guilt for me, bro. Like
I can't
my
believe
friend
you've
had
done
died.
this.
We were out of high school, so we were still like 18 years old. And I remember the night too, because I was helping my my Theo do security and shit. But security, I'm not the security type, whatever. But I got out of work, and I was like, fucking, I want a Whataburger. And I went to Whataburger, and I saw my neighborhood friend there, and we were talking. Hey, dude, like, fuck, remember when we were kids and we used to go play fucking football and we go get fucking. It was me, you, Frankie, and Chris. Like, yeah, dude. It's like we should do that. Like, I know we're 18 or 19. Like, but we should get together. He's like, yeah, we should fucking get together, bro. We'll get together. And and that was it. I left home, and when I was getting to the fucking neighborhood, like my mom's house, all the streets were blocked off. But I had to turn in, and I turned into the street, and the cops were like, "You can't come in." I said, "Dude, I'm just trying to get home. I live in St. Mary's. I'm going to sleep." He's like, "I just gotta work." He's like, "Go straight and home, and that's it." I woke up the next day. I drove down the street, on that same street. My friend Chris lived on that street. I see a bunch of cars there, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I saw the homies from. They're not homies really, but they're the guys that went to high school. So I was like, and they came up to my car, and they're like. And I was like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like, Chris throwing a party. He's like, "No, like, Chris got shot last night." And I was like, "Is he in the hospital?" And that's the first thing I asked. He's like, "No, dude, like, Chris is dead, fool." Like, he's like, and I parked the car, and I went to go inside, and I saw the mom, and she fucking just hugged me. She's like, "Why, Felipe?" I was like, "Fuck, I don't know why. I don't know." Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm fucking shocked too. But days had passed, and the Rosario was coming. And I remember too, cause like I had a little girlfriend, and she was like, "No, stay with me." Like, "No, I need to go." Like, it's my homie Rosario. He's like, "No, like, stay with me," and I did, cause fucking pussy's a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then
After on your head.
yeah, and I stayed, and after that, bro, like, I swear to God, like maybe like 2 days after, I had a dream, and it was my friend Chris Chrisman, and that fool was like. In the dream, he didn't say nothing to me. He went like this to me. Like, he's like, "Vámonos." Like, what it said, like, "Vámonos" is like, I told him, "I can't go with you. I'll hit you up later." And he's like, and he go like that, and he take off running. But this dream, like, it gives me escalofríos porque, like, it happened 7 times, or 7 or 6. And he'd come, every time in the dream, he'd come up to me. He's like, "Hey, like, come on, let's go." He's like, "I can't go." And I told him, "I can't go, fool. Like, I can't." Like, and he's like, "All right." And he'd take off. Until the last dream, he told me, he actually spoke to me. Because we used to play baseball as kids, and he was like, "Dude, I want to play again, bro. I want to play baseball again." Baby. And I was like, "Well, fuck, fool. Like, you're the best." In the dream, like, "You're the best. Like, you can play." He's like, "But shit." Like, he's like, "I don't think coach is going to be back on the team." He's like, "Come with me." He's like, "I can't, dude. I can't go with you." He's like, and then I was like, "I'll hit you up later, though." He's like, "All right." And he just took off. And that's the last dream I had of him. And that shit, and I'm telling you, like, it fucks me to this day. Because like, we grew up since we were in elementary school, bro. Since we were little boys, we played t-ball together. And we got to high school, and everyone had their different groups. And I hung out with the Brochachos, the fucking marihuanos. And he was with he just had his own group now. And that's what, and it was like, man, it broke my heart because, like, those dreams, like, they fucking hurt, bro. Like, it was like... Come on, man. And it was like a sign, like yo, like, come with me, like let's die, like, come die and shit. Like, that's how I felt. Like, he's like... Yeah, dude, that's what I felt like. Maybe
he just wanted you to be a rockero or a
he wasn't a rockero. No, he was just his own... Or
like, wanted you, like, to come, like, his style.
He got killed... He got killed in a bad drug deal. Like, he he took a brass knuckles to a gunfight. You know, like, and that's what happened. You know what I mean? And it sucked because, like, it happened in the neighborhood we live in. Like, it happened right there in Marion Manor Park. Like, it was like probably like 3 blocks down. And I was like, fuck. Like, it sucked, man. It sucked, but like, that's the scary shit that I've, like, come to see. Like, that shit. Like, those dreams are just so vivid. Like, come with me, dog. Like, it's like, I can't, fool. Like, I can't die. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. That's a deep one.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Sick way in the show.
Was heavy.
No, it's all good.
It makes you think.
Both you guys right there.
No.
Shout out to, you said Chris?
Chris Chrisman.
Shout out to Chris, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah, man.
No.
That's crazy, bro.
And it's like I said, like the thing is that, like, when we were already older, like, he had his own group, like, so, like, we fucking, like, drifted apart, but it was always that mutual respect. Like, I'd pass by, "Hey, what's up, Chris? Like, what's up, man? Like,
yeah,
hey, what are you up to?" Like, we used to hang out in his backyard and do, like, we used to do, like, trampoline basketball, and we used to fucking, like, that Halloween I told you about, that when we were kids, like, my mom let me out, we started throwing the football and, like, fucking crashing into, like, that was the thing. We were they were desmadrosos, and I wanted to be with them, and they would take me under their wing, and, like, we would throw football and catch it, and, like, when we catch it, fucking slam into people's cars. That's what that's what we did on Halloween. That was my best Halloween, bro, because it was so fucking dangerous. Because like we were crashing, we were like hitting, we were fucking up people's cars. We hitchhiked. And like, hey, can you take us? We asked some random people, can you take us over here? Oh no! Make it harem.
Make it harem.
Make it harem.
Naked harem.
Naked harem back in the
And
day.
like,
Shout out Naked harem.
can you
dude.
take us on this side of the street? And like on the other side, it's like, yeah, we still had to walk back blocks. Like it was just, and then it just sucked, bro. Because like, it was like we grew up and people change, and then that's what happened, bro.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
friends, you make friends, dude. Everyone goes their own ways. It's just life, man.
Life,
Yeah,
bro.
That's all it is, dude.
That's life.
But
On that note, we'll catch you guys later. No,
Really? Shit.
no. We're about to wrap
you're
up.
fucking
We-
Yeah.
racist, motherfucker.
No, no.
Telling your story.
Yeah.
Well, one of the shadows rolling the stuff flying around. My grandma was there.
When? Which one?
The one on the
going till it dies.
Oh.
The one
Do our best.
just don't, like,
Yeah.
at the end, you know what I mean? Just gets
But
There was an issue, right, where a friend of mine calls me in the middle of the night. Like it was literally almost 12 or whatever, probably later. And back in the day, there was no cell phones like that. There was like 96, right?
Hell yeah.
Back in 96. And he calls me, man, and I hear his mom screaming in the background, like going ape shit, like, dude,
Yeah.
what's wrong with this lady? You know what I mean? And she did drink a lot, so like it didn't surprise me either way, you know. But I was like, damn. And he's all, dude, some shit's going on down here. And I'm like, what's going on? He's all, dude, man, look, we have a Santa Cena, which is the Last Supper. He has like a mirror of it, like a mirror with the Last Supper, you know, up against, you know,
Yeah.
hanging
Yeah.
on the wall.
yeah.
And he's got it, and he said, dude, this thing, we've set it up, and it keeps falling face down. And then I'm like, what? And then I'm like, yeah, dude, it keeps falling face down. And they had like a little stand where like a microwave is supposed to go in there.
Yeah.
But he said that they had a little bottle of holy water up there, but that the water fell, and it fell on a cross, like literally on a cross. So I'm like, dude, what? Yeah, dude, and all kinds of shit's going on, man. You know, shit's vibrating and, you know, like shaking and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So I go tell my mom, and I go, Mom, Jesse's going off over there. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Rico's Roughnecks.
And her boyfriend was there too. So I'm like, okay, so let's go, dude. And I said, you know what, man, I'm going to go, you know, moral support, whatever. Well, when I get there, not only is his mom and her boyfriend there, but the next door neighbor, these chicks we used to mess with, they were there too. And his cousin. And this other dude named Eddie. And we're all there, and we're all like, what's going on, bro? And look, man, seriously, bro, it's fucked up. We're going through all these fucking noises and shit. Shit's vibrating. And I'm like, man, come on, man. He's all, yeah. And I'm like, okay, where do you hear it? In the room. And I said, okay, you know what? Because what I learned from my aunt was a curandera, which is a witch, a witch doctor.
Like a witch doctor.
Oh,
And she would tell us that you literally have to rebuke all these spirits, like literally tell them to fuck off, in other words.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, bro, let's go in the room, man. Let's go.
Hail to the king, baby.
And we built a circle, right? We literally held hands in a circle and shit. And I started asking this thing, say, if you're here, what's up, man? You know, like, fuck you, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Leave these people alone or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, dude.
Berserker
The
Barrage.
closet, you know, he's got those sliding doors. No AC's on, nothing's on. We're just in there, and we're all rebuking this thing with the lights off. Dude, the closet starts vibrating like, brrr, like hard, right?
Yeah.
Then not even the AC could have done that. And I'm like, damn. And the door, it's doing the same thing. The door's doing the same thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? And it stops. So I'm thinking logically, I'm like trying to figure logics. I'm like, man, this is bullshit. These fools are pulling something, right?
Yeah.
And I was a bouncer back in the day in Juarez, so I'm like, nah, hell no. So he turns on the light, and there's a knife on the floor pointing towards me, right? So I'm looking at this knife, a kitchen knife, right? I'm like, So I'm like, man, who the fuck put that there? Man, nobody did. So I start patting all these dudes down.
Come on, man.
Right? I'm start patting them down. They don't have nothing on them. You know, other than random things like their wallet, maybe coins, whatever. So I'm like, okay.
Pericazo.
Probably that, right? You know what I'm saying? Off the little pocket. You know?
Yeah.
So I grab this knife and I take it to the kitchen, right? And I go back into the room and I start telling them, man, okay, man, we're gonna do this shit again, man, and we're gonna get rid of this shit from here, so it don't bother you all at all. So we're sitting there again, and I'm doing it again. We're all standing around in a circle again and holding hands. And I feel this dude next to me like tensing up, like literally grabbing my hand, like squishing it hard and shit. I'm like
he's getting tased type of shit.
yeah, like what the fuck, you know? But I'm like, hey man, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck do you want, man? You know, show us what you want and this and that. It ain't answering, but everything starts vibrating, right? And the doors doing it again. I'm like, okay. So then I tell him, man, hey man, turn on that light again, man. Because I would tell him always to turn off the light when we start. Turn off the light and it would stop, and the knife was there again. This is the second time. The same damn knife that I put back in the kitchen drawer, right? And none of these dudes walked with me to the kitchen. So like, how the hell did this thing get here? Yeah, and yeah, because my mom was over there with everybody, you know, in the kitchen table. You know, they were all sitting there.
With the taxi people.
Yeah, with the taxi people asking if you want it right.
Yeah.
No, but it was weird because I was like, what the fuck is this? So I'm thinking they're playing games again, but whatever. I grab this thing, pat him down again, and I take this knife back to the kitchen. And I come back and we do it one more time.
Oh, shit.
And we're doing the same shit again. And I tell him, man, you know what, man? And these damn doors don't stop vibrating, the ones from the closet or the door. So I'm like, what the fuck? Vibrating this hard, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn.
So I tell him, hey, man, turn this light on again, man. And he turns the light on, and we look, and the fucking knife's there again.
Pointing at you.
The third time again, fucking pointing at me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, right? So I'm like, what the fuck, right? So check this out. That happens, and I'm like, look, dude, it seems like it stopped because we were there after a while. It was like 2 a.m, I guess, afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, my mom's got to go to work because my mom was a cab driver, like I said. So my mom's got to go to work. We got to go home, dude. But if you all don't want to stay here, bro, just go to our house. You all can sleep over there, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, we're cool. We'll stay here. So I'm like, okay. We burned off. Man, I swear.
That's a
2
lot
weeks
of
later,
nuts.
her boyfriend was dead.
Oh, shit. Wow,
We
man.
didn't hear voices. We didn't hear no voices. We didn't see shit.
Fuck, man.
But it happened. You know what I mean? The thing happened the way it was. Oh, and then like, I'm gonna wait like a couple days before,
Yeah.
right? Like a couple days before we had that problem right there. We were at my house. Now my house was big. We were living right under the star over there on Murchison, right?
Yeah.
And it was a long ass hallway. It was my room and the bathroom in a long ass hallway, and then it ended up in the living room. And the dining room and then the living room.
Yeah.
So you look down, and you could get a glimpse of the front door. It was a big wooden front door, right?
Yeah.
And it's dark as fuck. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah. So I was
this
standing
day.
there. Yeah, it was a big house, and I was standing there with my foot up against the wall, and I'm like looking, and I tell one of these dudes that was with us,
Yeah.
I'm like, say, dude, look at the fucking door over there, dude. Look at the door. And he's all, what about it? I'm like, man, pay attention. Look at the shadow that's at the door. Man, that's just you. Because the only light that was on was the one in my room.
Yeah.
But come on, man, you're talking about a long ass hallway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hail to the
Plus
king, baby.
the dining room and the kitchen, the living room.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, look at it, man. And I was looking at it too, and it moves,
Yeah.
but I'm not moving. So I said, okay, so how do you explain that? I'm not moving, bro. Look at that shit. It's moving. And he's all, man, nah. Okay, cool. So I asked the other dude that was there, the dude that we were there with, Jesse, right? Yeah, the
one that
going
got
on with
killed.
his house, right?
Oh.
The-
Okay,
mom's
okay.
boyfriend that got
Okay.
killed. So I'm like, look at that shit, dude. And he looks and he's like,
I don't
"Damn,
take no
Vato,
shit
look,
from
it is
anyone."
moving." Like he's shitting bricks, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Damn.
no, it was like literally like like moving a leg or moving an arm, the type of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just standing there. I wasn't even moving, but I was doing it on purpose so they could see this shit,
Yeah.
you know, to prove that it wasn't me. You know what I mean? So I wasn't even moving. I was telling him, look, man, look, Oscar, look, Jesse, look at that shit. It's moving, man.
Yeah.
He's all, man, and they were all shitting bricks. And that's what started right there. And a couple days later is when that other issue happened when we were at his house.
I can't believe
Yeah.
you've
And
done
that
this.
happened, right?
You-
So we're like,
Do you feel like whatever was at that door attached itself to your buddy and took off into his house?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he brought
It was
it.
maybe that entity was on him already, so you saw it wherever he was at.
So, like we said, like our grandma's sister, Ofelia, her name was Ofelia. She was a curandera for the pueblo in Cuauhtémoc, Chihuahua. For the whole pueblo. Like, I'm talking the entire pueblo. She could put your bone back together, if anything. You know, and I feel like maybe that's why he got kind of a
Got something-
glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Because that's what she
Yeah.
would do. She had many encounters like that apparently over there, and I guess
Yeah.
back in the day it was a thing. You know,
Mexico fucking, like, deep Mexico fucking, that shit's real, bro. Like, my tia was a fucking bruja.
Yeah.
She fucking died smiling, bro. Like, it's fucking weird. It's fucking, no, like,
That's a
no,
big-
like, it's just like, the thing is that for some reason, my cousins, like, or whatever in Mexico, like, they take pictures of the dead ones, and they post it, and I see my tia.
El Día de los Muertos. Yeah, you're
and
supposed to
she's
celebrate
smiling,
the death.
bro. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he's like, and that same tia fucking embrujó my sister. It's like out of freaking, ¿cómo se dice? Envidia.
Oh, and
Yeah.
jealousy.
Dude, my sister fucking had to take off her appendix because she couldn't walk from one day to the other. And then they were like, and it's not your appendix. I was like, but like, it was just like that she was, la embrujaron.
Yeah, yeah.
La embrujaron, bro.
You know what's crazy? Well, look, when I was a kid, my grandma believed a lot in that stuff. I'm gonna say I was like a good 6, 7 years old, and my grandma had this lady that lived in like a house, but we would always hit her up through the back alley, always. And one time I saw her do the huevo on my grandma and stuff like that. I was like, puro rollo, something va a salir like that. I was like, whatever.
Limpieza, yeah.
But when she pulled it out on the water, it looked like a crazy evil
Black.
design. Yeah,
No
like
way.
what
Damn,
the
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
But I was never allowed in the house. I never went in the house because she had grandchildren, I guess. So I would play with toys outside in the backyard while we would pull in. Like, let's say we pull in the back alley. I start playing with the toys. She goes in the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she comes out. She feels better.
I
with
can't
this,
believe
this, and
you've
that.
done this.
And I don't know. She always believed in those things, you know. So
That shit always
when
fucked
she
with me.
was she told me a lot of crazy stories, bro. Even like alienistic stories. You know what I mean? And she was a ranch. She grew up. She was like the second home in Cuauhtémoc, Chihuahua, when it barely became a pueblo. So everyone knew each other by last names. So she had her own ranch.
Yeah.
And then one day she told me that she was going with her cousin because her brother couldn't go because her dad told her to do something else to her brother. Like her brother had to do something else, you know? So she told her, you and your cousin go get the cows and the sheep and all this and then bring them back home. This is like, I'm going to say like at 10 at night. Back in the day where there was no light,
Yeah.
no electricity. I'm talking maybe 1951, if anything, because she's from 45. No, 35. 41. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she's from 1935. So then she tells me she's going with her cousin. Her cousin grabs the cows and she goes for the sheep. And she tells me that she sees like this shadow, and like from a distance, but it's dark. Remember, there's no light by the moon back then. So she looks at it, kind of like Red Dead Redemption. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she looks at it and she sees the shadow, and he's like waving and with like a kid, and he's like, I think his name was Marsipiliano or something.
There is weird ass fucking, yeah.
No, it's Marsipiliano was his last name.
Yeah.
It was her cousin. And something like that. And she, like, it did something and it started running. So she was like, hey, wait for me. Don't just leave me here. So she starts running after it. So then she gets on I think on a sheep or on a cow. I can't remember. It was either or whatever. So she's following him. And then I don't know where she's running, it just sees it, like, disappear.
Yeah.
But then when she sees it, the figure of the person running, she said it literally, it wasn't a shadow. It wasn't anything. It was a person running, like a kid. And she, I don't know, it just disappeared. And it just imagine
I
in the
don't take
Old
no shit
West,
from
like it's
anyone.
just black at
Yeah.
some point.
Oh,
And she tells
shit.
me that she stops with either the cow or the sheep, whatever she was on. And she just stopped because she lost it and she could just see black.
Damn.
And she never thought anything of it.
Yeah.
So then my great grandmother was Spaniard, but she was also a curandera and stuff like that. She could cut clouds whenever there was floodings or stuff like that, right? It sounds weird.
They got mad powers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So she goes back home. She's I'm talking like maybe it's already like 10 at night. She's going back home after this whole encounter. She's like, this motherfucking Marsipiliano didn't wait for me. Like, you know, he should have waited for me, fool. He just disappeared. He just left me in the middle of the desert. You know, snakes, anything that was like wild animals that could be a cow, but it could have rabies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything like that. So she goes back home.
It was nighttime?
Yes,
Yeah, 10
it's
at night.
like 10 p.m., 11
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah,
She
yeah.
always told me it was really, really late. Cause
Yeah.
that's when they gather the cows because they spread out
Yeah.
at night. So then when she gets home, she sees the fire going on, like candles inside the house, and everyone's eating, like chilling. And she walks in, and Marsipiliano's in it, her little cousin. She was like 7, you know, 6. And he's in there, and he's like, hey, why don't you wait for me, dog? Like, what's going on? Like, why don't you wait for me? And he looks at her, and he's like, caray, like, well, I got the cows pretty quick, and I got here like in 30 minutes. We were actually kind of worried about you. We were about to go out there because you've been out there for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And my grandma's the youngest in her family, so I'm gonna say she was like 5. Yeah, she was out there in the field. She was like 4, bro. Yeah, man, she was out picking cotton when she was like 4 years old. Have pictures. Yeah.
That's just normal, dog.
That's a
Yeah.
crazy story, man.
Yeah, so-
That's,
Yeah, so then after that, she told me that she started talking to him and explaining that. So then that her mom looked at her like everything that was she was explaining, she was believing it. And he was like, nah, I've been here. My grandma's name is Erlinda. So it was like, no, Marsipiliano tells my grandma, Erlinda, I've been here forever. We've been eating without you, you know?
Yeah.
So then my grandma tells her mom. And my mom's telling, but her mom asked her, like, tell me more. So the next morning, she tells me that her mom tells her to take her to the exact same steps that she took her to. This is daytime.
Yeah.
I'm going to say maybe in the morning. I don't know the exact time. Old Mexican times, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's walking out there, and she reaches, literally, she's following all her steps as she was running it with the cow or the sheep. And she reaches that. And apparently the spot that the thing disappeared
The cliff.
was a cliff to
Hail
like
to the king,
like
baby.
I'm talking like 6 stories down. And it was just desert down. So then she explained to her that that's where it disappeared. So my great grandmother took my grandma to the edge and went all the way around. And she told her exactly the spot. And she saw the spot. And she started carving and she found bones. And when she found bones,
Out of here.
yeah, when she found bones, she started when she found bones, she just started doing like prayers here and there because she said that it wasn't resting right because they had died of some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
After that, they never saw it again or whatever. You know?
damn. What's... Well,
It was a
there's
lot
some
of crazy
crazy stories, dude.
Next
but,
little
like-
stories,
Last
dog.
story.
But-
We've been going for a while.
But yeah,
All right.
we're actually gonna cut it now because we're hitting that time limit. But man, dude, some crazy fucking stories.
Fuck fucking ghosts. Fucking demons. Come after me.
Nah.
Hit my soul.
Nah, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
throw gang signs at it.
Fuck
Yeah.
Like,
Come get some.
dude, let's bring it. Nah, but yeah, I want to thank you guys for coming on.
Hell yeah.
Joe
Thank
and
you,
Joe.
Joe and Joe.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
Appreciate
they're
you
related.
guys.
They're related.
Yes,
My
they're
dad-
related.
They're related.
it looks like me. My
Yeah.
dad.
Yes, sir.
Sick fist bump.
No, they did.
Oh,
It's too
yeah,
far.
yeah.
All right, Sama.
Everyone.
Extend it.
Yeah,
Extend
but
it.
thank you guys for tuning in again, and make sure to check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and leave a comment, even if it's a shitty one, so E-Man can get pissed off. Over
Yo,
here again.
yeah.
Sick
No,
comment.
it's fine. We appreciate
Don't talk
those.
shit about us. Because fuck that shit.
No, I appreciate
I
it.
can
Appreciate
take it.
you,
Yeah, we
Joe
appreciate
too.
it, man. We have some good
Joe's,
stories,
hey man,
man.
those are. I'm fucked up. I'm scared. I'm
Yeah.
scared. Like, I was
Scared
like,
to drive
yeah. I got my son.
Dude,
Like,
I
you
have
know,
to sleep
I'm
by
like-
myself, bro. I'm more
Like,
scared
dude, I
than
got
you.
someone to talk to, but like,
He's gonna have some dreams
no,
tonight.
dream,
We're gonna have a part 2
dream.
next episode.
I don't know if I'll piss my pants. I drink so much beer or if I'm so scared.
Drink so much so it goes away about the you don't
Yeah.
remember nothing.
Nah, but we'll have some cool stuff coming up, man. It's gonna be October, spooky season, so we're gonna do some movie stuff. We're gonna do some haunted,
review.
haunted places. We're planning maybe.
Like
I
El
don't
Paso
know.
High.
He just dropped that on us right now. We're doing
Yeah.
some haunted places.
No, yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Of course, we gotta review
Bring
The
'em back.
Exorcist.
You,
Bring them back.
you guys go. I'll win the fucking car.
You're the getaway vehicle.
I'm in the
You're-
getaway now.
He's just gonna be
Oh,
standing
yeah.
there. Now, yeah, we gotta review The Exorcist though.
Exorcist,
It just came out today, man. So
fucking
you're
scared.
going,
I'm
fucker.
scared, I know.
You gotta do it for the show.
I know.
All right, guys.
So,
yeah.
all right.
Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music. Check us out.
All right, so catch you guys on the next
good
one.
one.
Thank you.
Don't be nerds like E-Man. Fuck that fool.
Oh,
And
yo.
don't fuck with Ouija boards.
Don't fuck with
Yeah,
Ouija
no,
boards,
don't,
dog.
don't do that.
That's shit's real.
Heavy duty.